novels, romance, and science fiction. It might be a fantastic book. But when you attribute these things to God, it becomes shameful and blasphemous. That is all what we are saying. That God does not write or speak these things and these words. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Give it back to her. Yes.
I just would have to say that also Mr. Sjoberg would be allowed to have 5 minutes of introduction and then 60 minutes of speech.
Well, let me say this was, I believe, my 5th volume of the Quran. And I have discovered that the Quran has different kind of translations, following exactly the same principle as when the Bible has been translated. I can prove that reading from this one that was translated by Abdullah Yusuf Ali, and reading from this one that we bought in Lahore, Pakistan, translated by Maulana Muhammad Ali. And there are different idiomatic expressions in both these different editions. Quite easy to understand. Now, it's a great privilege to have this opportunity to talk to you. And I like the friendly attitude of Mr. Ahmad Deedat. And at the same time, he is very open and very clear that there is a conflict between Christian belief and Islamic faith. Now, as an introduction, I want to tell you, my sisters and brothers, and I really mean what I say, I do believe that we are all God's family, and that we must respect each other, because Muslims and Christians have so much together. Abraham, Moses, Elijah, and even Jesus. And before going further, I also must say that I am a spokesman for religious freedom. You have come from certain Muslim countries as refugees to Sweden because you had to run out of countries with Islamic laws that threatened your lives. And now you have come to a country where we believe in the pluralistic society. Let me tell you, let me tell you that, now listen to this, listen to this. Now, you gave Mr. Deedat time to speak, and I demand your attention. And I want to say, in this country, we are mature enough to have different opinions. Even in this hall, political leaders have been even fighting each other, but they can eat afterwards and say, we are friends. even if we, yes. And I also want to tell you, when I have been asked if Muslims should be able to build their mosques in Sweden, I have in various newspapers, and as I have been interviewed in the radio, I have said, I believe that Muslims must be able to build their mosques in Sweden. And let me tell you, if racism and Nazism will arise in Europe against people with other color or people coming from other nations, you will have your best friends among the Bible-believing Christians. And as an introduction, I want to tell you, I have had Muslims who have come to my office and they were just to be kicked out of Sweden. The police, the government, the prime minister gave them their final word. They had to go. And we did hide them in our Christian homes. And I know one witness is there, can affirm that that man that we protected, he said, I will stay as a Muslim, I will never become a Christian, but I receive your help because I am in death danger. Now, tonight we'll have a very tough discussion because I'm going to be very open and frank. And I believe that you are so mature that you can listen and let Mr. Deedat give the answer. Because he has challenged me and he has given words that my Bible is not a holy book. He has said that this Bible is not worth believing. And I have been sitting here silently listening. And I'm a little astonished because when I have been reading the Quran, then I have seen that Muhammad, he meant that the Torah and the Injil ought to be looked upon as the message of God. Why do you criticize the Torah and the Injil if the Quran tells you to believe it? Now, I said I am astonished, and I wonder, why is Mr. Ahmad Deedat such a gentle man? Why is he traveling all over the world to try fighting the Christians?